Well, Tom Coughlin told everybody this is a playoff game for us. He wants to create a sense of urgency. We'll see if it works. We talked to Norv Turner yesterday, and he goes, I like that. We're pretty good in the playoffs, so should be fun.
Today's game is brought to you in high definition. The Giants won the toss, and they want the football to begin. San Diego coming back to New York for the first time to take on the Giants here since 1995. And Kading sends it down to about the 7, where Hickson will run it. He'll try that right side. Already a flag thrown as he is tripped up at the 22-yard line. Just a 14-yard run back, and the penalty could send the Giants back near the 10.
Return, illegal block in the back, number 59, the receiving team. Half the distance to the goal. It's first down.
I'd like to welcome many of you just joining us off the opening kick here at Giants Stadium. Jim Nantz and Phil Simms on the scene as we're ready for the game's first snap. The opening kick returned by Hickson, but brought back because of a penalty against New York to the 11-yard line. And Eli Manning and the Giants trying to snap out of a 3-game losing skid. After having won their first 5 of the year. Eli comes out throwing, hits the open target, and all the way out to the 28 is Mario Manningham. Gain of 16.
Well, the Giants come out, they spread the formation, and what they want to do is look, watch how it opens up that hole for Mario Manningham. The San Diego Chargers really worried about the the run game. So when the Giants come out and throw, catches them a little bit off guard.
Going with a 2 tight end formation, Kevin Boss and Darcy Johnson. And here on first down, it's Jacobs. Tries the left side, then scoots across the 30 for 3 yards. Jacobs still looking for a 100-yard game on the season. And they found themselves 2 of the last 3 games down quickly, down big, against both New Orleans and Philadelphia, which took the ground game away from them. And again, we'd like to welcome many others just joining us now. We're early here, just the 3rd snap of the game for the Giants, and it's Jacobs. He has the first down. He's crossed the 40, and Quentin Jammer got him by the shoestring and holds him to a 15-yard run. He was galloping, looking for more.
Everybody's been talking about it here in New York. Even Tom Coughlin said it. Let's get back to who we are, and that is running the football. And Brandon Jacobs had a meeting with Tom Coughlin this week. No hesitations. Get the football, run downhill, make your offensive linemen afraid that you might run them over if they don't get out of the way.
Eli feeling much more comfortable with that right foot. Has hobbled him for 3 weeks. He's in trouble. Steps away from the sack. And he is finally brought down by Caesar. Give him a yard, which will not give the Chargers a sack on that play. Had it been held to no gain, it would have been a sack.
Well, you know, I'm like everybody else. Watch this play, and what do you think? Does Eli Manning's foot look well enough? Looks like he's moving around pretty good. Been a big topic of conversation. I tell you, when you know a player's getting well in the NFL, Jim, is when they don't get up at 6 a.m. every day and go in for treatment. He said he was not doing it this week, so you know his foot is better.
Official stats pulls it back to no gain, so it will be a sack for San Diego. 2nd and 10 for New York. Jacobs running hard early into San Diego territory and brought down by Eric Weddle. Another big gain, this time for 12.
That's what you call running downhill. Chris Snee gets out in front. Everybody. And as I said earlier, the San Diego Chargers, their one fear, Sean Merriman, can he hold up on the edge? He forces it back inside, but their fear is the Giants controlling the football game and doing it with their run.
Bradshaw now at running back. He gets the handle. It's a nice cut to pick up 5, 12 straight without hitting the century mark. But he's running hard here at the start. He's got another rush of at least 10 yards for a 19th consecutive game. Manning's going to dump it off to him. And Brandon Jacobs bounces around for just a couple. On 3rd and 4, Manning steps up, flings it, gets the first. That's a catch by Steve Smith for 7.
Almost guaranteed. 3rd and short. Eli Manning is going to look for Steve Smith. And he is covered by a safety in Gregory, who kind of unusual. Plays the slot receiver. That is one of the toughest jobs in the NFL, because that inside receiver can go in, out, and down the field. But Gregory, Norv Turner, Ron Rivera have a lot of faith in him.
Impressive start here by the Giants. This drive beginning at their own 11. May have been an early jump on the Chargers. And the pass caught by Smith. The completion for 8. Nuwabo appeared to have moved early.
Offside, number 91, defense. That penalty is declined. It's 2nd down.
Ogimdi Nuwabo for Coach Norv Turner. He's quite a find. Nuwabo having to get a lot of action. I mentioned Jamal Williams, one of the great pluggers out there in football, out for the season.
Well, that's hurt this defensive line of the San Diego Chargers, but they feel pretty good. They got 6 defensive linemen. They rotate them in there, and they are getting a little more physical against the run game the last couple of weeks.
You saw Norv Turner back-to-back Western Division titles. On 2nd down and 2, and Jacobs got a half-yard shy of the first. Chopped by Eric Weddle first.
Jim, as I look at this game and you look at first the Giant offense, we talked about it. They want to run it to get back to being the power football team they are. And the San Diego Chargers, one of the big keys for me today watching them is Antonio Cromartie and Quentin Jammer on the outside. Everybody's got to focus on the run, and they just leave them out there one-on-one, and they put a lot of pressure on them that way.
Bradshaw, the running back. Hedgecock, the fullback, 3rd down and 1. Bradshaw knocks helmets, drives forward, and they're going to mark him short. That was Kevin Ellison, that rookie strong safety, who came up with the first pop. It's been a 68-yard drive to this point. Look out, Coach Coughlin almost takes one on the chin. He's going to bring out the kicker. Going to bring out Lawrence Tynes.
Actually, I'm a little surprised. I thought the Giants would go for it, but just, you know, I'm going to go back to this. Just like practice on Friday, beautiful day, he took his football team inside because he wanted to give them confidence. Nothing to get in the way of executing right, so this is why he's kicking the field goal. Get some confidence for his football team.
39-yarder here, Phil. And Tynes, now the kick is blocked, and the Chargers come busting through. Maybe it was just a sloppy exchange on the handle. Well, it was not a block, and it was not a mishandle. It looks like Tynes was hurt on the field goal. What would have been a 39-yard attempt.
Oh, maybe he flinched at the last second not to kick it, or we thought maybe there was a whistle in the stands. Nobody heard. There was no sound, and Tynes is on the sideline being looked at. So maybe when he planted that left foot to kick it, something gave away.
All right, so the Chargers come out firing. Nane with the catch. And Rivers hits him for about 6. It wasn't a fake here, Phil, huh?
No, it was not. Nobody released to go down the field. Let's watch the kicker. Left foot. He looks up. Nope, nothing's wrong.
Well, Tynes is looking like he thought it was a fake. Perfect job by Fiegels getting it down with no issue there. And a 7.5-minute drive for the Giants results in nothing. 2nd and 4, San Diego. Over to Vincent Jackson. And he's got the first down. He's having a big year. It's a 5-yard throw to Vincent Jackson. Pick up a first down on 2 Rivers passes, and now it's Tomlinson who takes it for about 2 yards. This offensive line, see a little skirmish there with a few in the pile like Jacob Hester. 2nd and 8, fake to LT, go screen, Gates. And a flag's coming in as he's doubled up. by the likes of Thomas and Robbins. No gain.
Ineligible player downfield, number 63. That penalty is declined. It's third down.
Will they apply pressure today? It's been missing lately. This is a chance to pounce. 3rd and 8. Rivers. And knocked away at the last minute. That was going for Malcolm Floyd. And the rookie undrafted free agent Bruce Johnson got a hand in there and knocked it away.
Well, they're pretty excited around the Giants about Bruce Johnson. You said a free agent. Nice job of getting his hand up between Malcolm Floyd's. And Philip Rivers says, when my guys go down the field one-on-one, I throw it at them no matter if they're covered.
Cypress punts. And the fair catch made by Hickson. Second series coming up for New York. After driving at 68 yards and botching a field goal attempt. Some sort of miscommunication. Ending in an empty drive for New York. First down. It's going to be Manning. Going underneath to Smith. And he's twisted by Brandon Seiler. Giants have been giving away the football lately. And that's something Tom Coughlin heavily stressed this week. And the handoff to Jacobs for 2. 3rd and 5 on the way. Stephen Cooper on the tackle.
Well, Jim, not a very complicated defense for Eli Manning. Anytime he sees the safeties in the middle, expect something different. This time it's a blitz. Here they come, and they're blitzing really to stop the running game. And like I told you, Antonio Cromartie and Quentin Jammer, pressure's on them. Ron Rivera, when you have trouble stopping the run and you got 2 good corners, ask your star players to come through for you.
Need to get to the 28.
Well, that took a long time.
Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
Sean Merriman was trying to signal to the officials that the play clock was at 0.
Standing right over the center.
That's what he was pointing at. Because he can see it right over Eli Manning's shoulder. I have to admit, watch Sean Merriman standing. Oh, it's Stephen Cooper. Oh, look, it's time. And look how long it takes. It was at 0 as soon as they started pointing. They almost didn't mark the penalty.
Yeah. Finally back them up 5. The Giants were ready to snap it again without the 5 yards being stepped off.
Now the play clocks are down at field level, which does make it very difficult for the quarterbacks here in this stadium.
Now it's a 3rd and 10. Oh, a good move by Manning to get away. Now steps back behind the line and throws incomplete. Going for Nix.
Well, Eli Manning, he told us on Friday, they kind of lull you to sleep, this Charger defense. They don't do a lot. So you just kind of get into the mode that you think, okay, they're going to just play man-to-man. And then when they blitz, that time they did, it kind of catches you off guard. They don't react well to it.
Here is Jeff Feagles, in the league since 1988. Going to punt it to Sproles, but hold on a minute. Flag first. Procedure penalty coming up against the Giants.
Prior to the snap, false start, number 35. Offense, 5-yard penalty. It's still 4th down.
Well, for an offense that was hoping to come out and all week worked on doing things the right way to give themselves confidence, making a lot of little mistakes here early in the game.
Yeah, the 3rd penalty already on the Giants. As well as that, of course, mishandled play on 4th and inches. And they try for a field goal. He's set up for it. Now Feagles. This one travels out of bounds. And by the way, San Diego fans, I want to remind everyone here, LT means Lawrence Taylor.
Well, it doesn't matter. Two guys that are going to the Hall of Fame. One's already in.
Here's the other one. Tomlinson stacked up, no gain. Tuck quickly in on the tackle. Well, they've been telling us this week, the Chargers, that they felt like LT bruised up week 2 of the season, that he's back and healthy and ready to run free.
There you go. Look at the years as they go along for LaDainian Tomlinson and the injuries to the offensive line. And a lot of things have changed with the Chargers. LaDainian Tomlinson's getting older, but also they have Antonio Gates. They have wide receivers, and Phillip Rivers playing well, so he's not getting the touches, and everything's not just built around the running back now.
Just 3 years removed from that banner season. They play action at here. Rivers pulled in at the 30. That's Vincent Jackson. Corey Webster, he had him boxed out. 16 yards. Good
word, Jim. Boxed out. Corey Webster gets to match up against Vincent Jackson today on the top of your screen, and this is what we talked about. Not the fastest group of receivers in the NFL, but absolutely the tallest and biggest. And it is what a comfort for a quarterback just to know if he throws it in the vicinity that the wide receiver is going to come down with it. Vincent Jackson great against tight coverage.
They have it at the 29. And Rivers throws it, falling, and it's incomplete. And by the way, and they waived Chris Chambers earlier this week, and it was really the emergence of Floyd that allowed them to waive Chambers just this week, setting up screen over to LT, and a couple of Giants right on the spot. No gain. Webster, one of those coming up. Danny Clark, the other.
So far today, the Giants, the key to being a really good defensive team is spreading the field and making sure you just don't give big gaps to the offense in the pass game or the run game. And look at that. Everybody, 2 guys, outside, inside, proper angles. That way you don't give up the big runs.
Giants racing to the sideline as Robbins getting off in time. 3rd down, 3rd and 10. Here comes the blitz. Rivers unloads it. A wobbler caught by Gates. And he's tackled at the 10-yard line. Rivers, a great job getting that away just in time. Darren Sproles trying to pick up the blitz on Michael Boley.
Well, Phillip Rivers can hang in there with the best of them. And my question is, why so many blitzes? You're supposed to have defensive linemen that can get to the quarterback, because if you keep blitzing, this is what happens down the field. You have Antonio Gates covered by Justin Tuck, a defensive end.
Final seconds of the first quarter. A quarter in which the Giants had it for half the time on their opening drive, but came up empty. All right, one thing again earlier. How are you going to define this one, Phil?
Well, a kicker who just refuses to participate in the action. And we've been trying to figure out why the kick wasn't at least tried. No answers.
Pass, end zone, caught, touchdown, San Diego, Vincent Jackson. Opening up the second quarter. Rivers to Jackson, 10 yards and a touchdown.
Starting to get a sense why Norv Turner just said, look, if we play our best, they play their best, we will win the game. And Corey Webster trying to figure out who's going to help me. Nobody. Try not to beat on it too much today, but again, just the throw it high mentality of the Chargers and their guys sure-handed making the catch.
Kading, who hasn't missed a point after. Phillip Rivers throwing his 12th touchdown of the season. This is his 56th start for quarterback since 1950 with at least 50 starts. He averages more points on the board than any quarterback in over a half century. 28 points a game. Otto Graham second, Norm Van Brocklin third. He puts points on the board with regularity, and he does here.
Directional kick.
Bradshaw will begin this drive for the Giants in the backfield. Manning with a little slant and a hookup with Hickson.
Well, Jim, the touchdown throw. Let's watch. LaDainian Tomlinson still has some pull. Here's Michael Johnson. He comes up because he thinks it's run, and over the top goes Vincent Jackson. And Phillip Rivers Can't see it all. Look at that view. Boy, that's just a lot of bodies, but he plays it safe. You never know what's in front of the receiver, so he throws it high, protects him, and protects Vincent Jackson.
After the 8-yard throw to Hickson, his 8th catch of the year. The Giants is 2nd and 2. And Bradshaw leaves for the first down. Bradshaw will begin this drive for the Giants in the backfield. Manning with a little slant. And a hookup with Hickson.
Well, Jim, the touchdown throw. Let's watch. LaDainian Tomlinson still has some pull. Here's Michael Johnson. He comes up because he thinks it's run. And over the top goes Vincent Jackson. And Phillip Rivers can't see it all. Look at that view. Boy, that's just a lot of bodies, but he plays it safe. You never know what's in front of the receiver, so he throws it high, protects him, and protects Vincent Jackson.
After the 8-yard throw to Hickson, his 8th catch of the year. The Giants is 2nd and 2. And Bradshaw leaves for the first down. Picked up 3.
Well, it's kind of interesting. Tom Coughlin talking to him this week. He goes, you know what? We'll win when we've had enough. And when they just players can't take it and they just embarrassed about losing, the stars will step up and that'll cause us to win.
Yeah, but best players must show us the way. That's what he said as Eli flings it out of bounds. He was being chased by Alfonso Boone.
On the field, the quarterback was out of bounds before the pass was thrown.
Oh, he may have had a toe on the line. That's a close call. I saw Manning. He was really close to that sideline when he unloaded it.
And his toe was not out of bounds.
I don't think so either.
That'll go as a sack unless Tom Coughlin wants to challenge it. He's reaching for that flag.
Got to pull it out, Tom. Try to save the 5-yard sack.
Pretty interesting, wasn't it, the other day, talking to Tom Coughlin, how he's changed and how he treats the players during this losing streak. In the old days, he goes out and screamed and been sarcastic or whatever. Now,
the sarcasm's gone.
The sarcasm is gone. I'm honest. Tell him we're very open. He goes, that's what they respond best to, so that's how he coaches them.
The ruling on the field was that the quarterback stepped out of bounds. That is not a reviewable play. New York is not charged with a challenge or a timeout. It's 2nd down.
I don't know how much it's worth it anyway, Phil. What do you think? 2nd and 10 or 2nd and 15? Is it worth it anyway?
I thought it was worth it, but you cannot challenge it.
Okay. No, they would have won it had it been challengeable. Tom Coughlin, whose first coaching stint with the Giants was as the wide receiver coach for Coach Parcells back to 88 through 90, working with your wide receiving core.
Did a terrific job. There was never no doubt. Most of the people in the locker room always thought he would become a head coach, which he did. He left us and went to Boston College and did a terrific job up there.
Boss split wide to the right. The 2nd sack registered for San Diego. 2nd down and 15. And a vicious hit on Boss, who holds on. Weddle, one of those in on that pop with the tight end along with Ellison.
Kevin Boss has been taking some big hits catching the football. Oh boy, that is perfect timing by Eric Weddle.
Ooh. Boss is on his feet but still shaken. We'll take an injury timeout with him. And that tough young man out of Western Oregon who had a career high 70 yards in receiving last week. Listen to this hit. Right on the chin. Darcy Johnson will take his place, number 84. Lined up on the right side. Giants 3rd and 6. Pocket sealed for a while. Now Manning fires it in time for the first down. Nix makes the grab. Larry English was chasing after Eli, and he was patient enough. Turned it into a first down throw.
What a good job by Eli Manning. And it's what happens here. Nobody really breaks through. He breaks outside. And and makes a good decision. He is not going to pick up the first down running, then throws the football. But the Charger defensive line, the coverage has been good down the field. Now they got to talk to each other and say, wow, we got to keep him in the pocket so we can take advantage of the good coverage.
That went for 10 yards and a first down. Bradshaw. He's within a half yard of a first.
Giants are going unbalanced line today some, and so this is a little new look for them. They did it in their opening drive, and they go to the backside. Madison Hitchcock, excellent blocker from the fullback position, allows Bradshaw to get up there and get 9 yards.
Second and a yard to go at the San Diego 41. Call it the 42. Bradshaw sidesteps the first hit. Has the first down. Could have been tackled for a loss. He's able to get away from Sean Phillips and take it for 6.
This is what you need. A lot of times, penetration definitely stops run. You see it that time. But Bradshaw, dealing with a little foot problem himself, able, quick enough, fast enough to avoid the tackle and get outside. And you know, when you play the Giants, you're worried about getting overpowered, so you crush it inside, and a lot of times defenses lose contain, like that time for the San Diego Charger defense.
New set of downs, Chargers 36. Flag thrown as Hitchcock is bounced out of bounds near the 30.
Personal foul, chop block, number 44, offense. 15-yard penalty. It's still first down.
And that's a big one on Bradshaw.
It is. Somebody went flying in the air. So that means a player's engaged. Well, that's what it is. Rich Seibert is engaged with a defensive player. That's Brandon Seiler. And then Bradshaw comes in and takes his feet out.
Fourth penalty on the Giants. 35 yards in penalty yards. Puts them back on their side of the field. The Giants 49. And a first and 25. Another screen set up. Bradshaw to the 41, good for 10 yards. Boss still groggy, I'm sure. He's still sitting it out. Second down, 15. Giants pick it up. Now Manning has the ball come out of his hands. He's stripped away by Phillips. And the Giants recover it. That's Sean O'Hara with the recovery.
Third down.
Well, that's Sean Phillips coming from the outside, and that's just, again, we talked about it. This time they kept Eli Manning in the pocket. The coverage down the field is good, and that extra time allows Phillips to get to Eli Manning and cause the fumble. And that's been kind of the difference for this Chargers team of late. Sean Phillips, Sean Merriman getting that extra time or getting to the quarterback.
Third and 18, a sack of 3 yards. Here they come again. Manning unloads it though, and he's got an open target. That is Steve Smith with the catch. And knocked out at the 25 and a first down.
If you have the ability on defense, I would double team Steve Smith every single time on third downs. He left of the screen. Good job by Eli Manning stepping up and finds that spot in the zone defense on the sideline. Watch 12. What a cut.
Steve Smith, the #1 receiver in the league. Third down receptions. That's his 23rd of the year. Most in the league. They needed 18. He got 19. Now set up at the San Diego 25. And Jacobs looking for the edge, and he is turned down. Brandon Seiler with a flag down.
Brandon Seiler starting today very good against the run. Big, strong.
Holding, number 60, offense. 10-yard penalty, still first down.
Sean O'Hara, the center. See if we can, comes around pretty good. Gets those arms. Look at that outside arm and then pulls him down.
Pulling down Giles Tucker. They did escape a 1st and 25 already on this drive. Now it's a 1st and 20 and Boss is back in. Here he is lined up on the right side on a wing. Back to Smith, and Seiler rides him down at the 30. Picks up 5. 2nd and 15 coming up. Well, this Giants team, Phil, they look so unbeatable, you know, early in the season, but a lot of people were questioning the strength of schedule. They did have a win at Dallas, but 5-0, backed up by now 3 consecutive losses.
Basically, Jim, they just didn't handle pressure well. The offense played 3 blitzing teams and didn't take advantage of any of those opportunities. When a team keeps blitzing you, you've got to make them pay with big plays and touchdowns. The Giants didn't do it.
As Jacobs hesitates, and he's so tough to bring down. Another 5 yards. The Giants have had this possession now for over 7 minutes.
Sean Merriman says when Brandon Jacobs is carrying the football, you gather the wagons and you circle him and you just try to bring him down. Because if you go in there and try to make the big hit, thinking you're going to take a 270-pound running back down, it's not going to happen, even if you're a 270-pound linebacker.
Third and 10. They've already picked up a first down on 3rd and 18 on this drive. Now that's exceeded 8 minutes. Flags are down. Manning completes it. And that's Johnson with the reception, with Smith with a block. But what about the flag? It went for 14, which would be good enough for the first.
Offside, number 56, defense. The penalty is declined. It's first down.
Twice now they pick up first on 3rd and long.
Top of your screen, Johnson double teams Sean Merriman, and then he is truly what they call an outlet receiver. Eli Manning looking down the field, and then when nothing's open, they say look for number 84 coming across. Good enough to get a 3rd and 10.
Shotgun on first down from the 11. Eli to the 6. That's Smith. 5-yard gain. Seiler again having an active afternoon of it. But a drive that again now is 8.5 minutes long, where they've converted a 3rd and 6, a 3rd and 18, and a 3rd and 10.
3rd and longs. When you can't stop the offense, you got to say one thing. Not getting enough pass pressure.
Second and 5. Bradshaw almost lost his footing, and he squirms for maybe 2. Feels like we've barely seen the San Diego offense. This Giant team that had it for 7.5 minutes on the opening drive, and this one now approaching 9 minutes.
Well, the Chargers can deal with it in a situation like this because they're up 7-0. But this is what they fear, because they know their offense can make some plays, but it's hard to be patient and set up those plays if you're standing on the sideline all the time watching the Giants offense.
Play count is 31-11. It's a 3rd and 5. They can pick up a first at the 1. Eli fires it. Touchdown, New York. Steve Smith.
I think I would pay attention to Steve Smith on all 3rd down situations. He's going to stack the receivers. He's going to break a little outside and then back in. Well designed. Good job by Eli Manning looking down the middle and then finding Steve Smith.
Let's see what Tynes does with the point after. Zach DeOssie snaps it to Feagles, and the kick is good. All right, Mr. Sims, here you go. That was a 10-minute, 35-second drive. The longest drive for the Giants since Halloween 1993, when you quarterbacked the Giants on a drive that took quite a while. Longest one since then.
Well, that's, you know.
Against the Jets, by the way. I know you're jogging the memory there.
Yeah, I couldn't figure it out.
Third longest drive in the league this season. Over 10.5 minutes. Sproles. Oh! He is knocked sideways. 70 degrees. A little golf. Anyone? Jonathan Goff. Hitting what, well, they call him the tank at 5'6" tall. Darren Sproles, and by the way, he's just fine. He's coming out of the huddle now. He's going to be in on this series. His father Larry gave him that nickname. He was born as a 10-pound baby at birth, was Sproles, and now comes out of the backfield. There was some hit, though. Rivers trying to hit Hester. That pocket was collapsing on him.
Chris Canty in the lineup, right defensive end for the Giants, gives them more depth and size. Let this Giants defensive line get to the quarterback.
Rivers looking left side, wide open. Gates, all kinds of room. He's going to gallop past the 50. High step it to the 44. He's finally wrapped up by Thomas. That goes for 30.
The old shoot screen. Did Antonio Gates, did he fall down? But everybody goes right. Here comes Gates. He blocks and then releases. And everybody lost sight of him. You're looking down the field because you know it's a play action. Is he going to go deep? No, it's a short pass to Gates going across the field.
And the Chargers get to the line quickly. Longest play of the game for either side, and it's Tomlinson. Good cut there by LT. Results in 4. Iwanuka able to close in on him after the 4-yard run. Approaching the 3-minute mark in the second quarter, and this San Diego offense only snapped it now 14 times in this game. Need to do a little something here, give their defense a little rest.
That's exactly right. Play the clock with the offense on this drive.
Second down 6 up the middle. Tomlinson falls within a yard of the first. Another 5 for LT, who went over the 12,000 yard mark on his career last Sunday. Just the 14th player to reach 12,000 and the 4th fastest.
That was a pretty impressive run by LaDainian Tomlinson. Knowing the situation, knowing in a drive like this and what's going on with the Giant defense, that extra yard is big, and he plowed into the defense and fell forward.
Third and a yard to go. Third straight carry. Tomlinson dives in there for the first down. Needed a yard, he got 2. It's going to take him to the 2-minute warning. Full timeout allotment on each side at the 2-minute mark. And it's Sproles. And he's tackled for a loss. Corey Webster sets him back 2.
The Giants defense been, when you read the papers, even listen to the coaches at practice, the players miss tackles. And when they miss tackles, they've been letting running backs and receivers go for big gains. Today, doing a pretty good job. When the opportunity's there, they're bringing the guys down.
And 2nd and 12. Rivers tries to freeze him for a second with play action. And that pass, a diving grab made by Hester, but it's good for only 3. Hester may have fallen on the football. You may have seen the graphic that the last 3 weeks when the Giants have lost, they've been outscored in the last 2 minutes of the first half, 24-0. Back on a calm day at Giant Stadium. Closing minute and 6 seconds to go in the first half, with the game tied at 7. And a 3rd and 9 on the way for the Chargers. From here, would it be about a 51-yard field goal try from Kading? Oh, the ball stripped out of the hands of Rivers. Looks like San Diego got it back with Jeremy Clary. Umenyiora was the one who reached around and knocked it out of Rivers' hand and may have saved 3 points.
Top of your screen, Osi Umenyiora gets around Marcus McNeil. Times the snap perfectly, and that's what you want. You have 2 defensive ends for situations just like this to get the passer in 3rd and long.
Giants call a timeout.
Well, we were just talking about that, Jim. If they stopped them or if the clock was running, the Giants should call a timeout and at least get a chance for 1 more possession.
Cyphers has not had a touchback this season. How about that? He's had 11 punts land inside the 20. He gets the job done here. Hickson with the fair catch at the 9.
And like you said to me during the commercial, the touchdown was 3rd and 5.
So 4 conversions.
4 conversions.
2 of them long. What will they do here? Well, they'll go shotgun on their own 10-yard line. The Giants. Bradshaw wrestled to the turf at the 18 by Cesar. Now 30 seconds. Here they come. Eli eludes and then throws it away. Stops the clock at 25. That was Kevin Ellison blitzing. The safety coming in.
Caught me by surprise in a situation like this. I expect the offense to be careful and the defense. But the Chargers, timing it right, almost get the big play. They get the sack. They would have been calling timeout.
3rd and 2. Sends Bradshaw back a little bit and hands it off to him. And the returner wants to see if his special teams unit can make a play. So they call the timeout when the Giants face 4th and 2. And this one goes out of bounds. Chargers offering a little assistance here on where to mark it. It'll be at the 45 of the Chargers after a 37-yard punt. And tonight, the Amazing Race. The teams face the toughest roadblock in Amazing Race history. Don't miss a new episode tonight after 60 minutes only on CBS, America's #1 network. Merriman going in. Phillips, by the way, has already been taken to the locker room a little early.
Might be going in here just to get some extra refreshments. And really, it's been a rough first half for 2 pass rushers playing a lot of plays. But Jim, Jeff Fiegels, the directional kicking, that shows you the respect. They do not want to punt it to Darren Sproles, and it is true. Tom Coughlin says the returners now in the NFL, it's tough to bring any of them down.
And San Diego has some big targets, and as you mentioned, Floyd likes to jump up for it. So does Jackson. Instead, they'll go over to Sproles, trying to get out of bounds. And he's able to get over there. But it cost him enough time here. 6 seconds to go after just a 4-yard gain. Might be, if you had to rank them, one of the better Hail Mary teams in the league. When you talk about guys like Vincent Jackson, who's like 6'5", Malcolm Floyd, who told his quarterback this week, just throw it up. Okay, if you throw it high, I'll come down with it. See if they seal it long enough. Now, there's movement on that left side. I believe Marcus McNeil was moving.
Well, they had what they wanted.
False start, number 76, 73, offense. 5-yard penalty. It's still 2nd down.
They got the football to Darren Sproles. He was going to get about 7 or 8 yards, and I think that's all they were trying to do to get like a 62-yard field goal try here before half.
That's the first penalty on the Chargers.
Left tackle Marcus McNeil, he's been close a few times. He is, I don't blame him. I'd be quick off the football too with those of you manure on the outside.
And Sproles. What about Kading? 2 seconds to go. His longest field goal of his career came last year at 57 yards, but this is out of sight here. So,
well, you know, too, this is not a typical day here in Giant Stadium.
It's not Rivers not getting any idea what it would have been like had he been a Giants quarterback.
Well, that's true too, but usually the wind would be behind the San Diego Chargers here, and it's usually a good 10 to 15 mile per hour wind, and it could help you kick it about 10 extra yards, but you're right, still too far.
Yeah, only 66 yards it would have been. That's all.
Well, the penalty hit.
One heave to go. Rivers backed up, and he's got it all the way to the end zone. Ball up in the air, and it's ruled an incompletion. The Giants had almost a, well, even better than a 2-to-1 time of possession margin here. The game's tied 7-7. Tom Coughlin, who this week expressed such disappointment about his special teams play last week against the Eagles. And again, respecting Sproles, and this one hops to him, able to scoop it up. And then he's smothered right around the 20-yard line. How about that 10.5-minute drive for the Giants? Again, the longest since you quarterbacked them on a drive back on Halloween Day 1993. But it's a 7-7 game. What do you expect here in the second half?
You know, it's I really don't have a great feel for the game. It was it went so fast, and when you have those long drives like that, Jim, it's hard to separate from the other team sometimes. And the Chargers, what took all their fear away is the fact that they got out on top first and were leading 7-0. So that long Giant drive didn't upset them as much if it had put the Giants up 7-0.
It's Tomlinson, and he's tackled for a loss of a yard. Well, Rivers 12 of 16 with the touchdown pass to Vincent Jackson. Meanwhile, Eli 15 of 17, and he finds Steve Smith on that 10-minute, 35-second touchdown march.
As you watch the San Diego offense, it's becoming apparent that they just run the football to keep a little balance and just so they can set up some play action and drop back passes.
It's second down and 11, and Rivers lofts it, and all right out of the hands of Gates. The pass thrown right over Danny Clark, and Gates knows he should have had it.
That was one terrific throw by Philip Rivers. This is not, of course, 50 yards down the football field, but a perfect arc, gets it over Clark, and that's a big drop by Antonio Gates. Not only that, you cannot see anybody in front of him.
Able to catch it and make a cut. Probably would have taken it to the Giants side of the field at least to the 50. Now it's third and long, 3rd and 11. They give Rivers the time to launch it long, looking for Jackson, and he's intercepted at the 35-yard line. It's Michael Johnson with the pick for New York. Jim Nantz with Phil Simms back here at Giant Stadium. Philip Rivers just intercepted a moment ago by Michael Johnson, third-year man out of Arizona, who gives the Giants now the football for the first time in the second half from the 36. Eli hits on the slant pattern to Mario Manningham. That's near a first down. What happened on the pick here, Phil?
Well, just watch Michael Johnson. And here comes Jackson going down, going to make a double move. But when you throw these footballs long down the field like we talked about, Jim, it's when you have one-on-one coverage. That time the Giants, they have 2 defenders out there. That is why it's intercepted. And what I really liked by the Giant defense, no blitzing. Let the defensive line do its work and make Philip Rivers hold the football a little longer.
3rd career pick for Johnson. That was good for a first down with Manningham, and look, trudging on. New Orleans without finding the end zone in that first half, but scoring early in the 3rd. Back here 2nd and 3 for New York, and that's Bradshaw about a yard shy of a first. By the way, Jacobs, before we went to that update on that 7-yard run, he did limp to the bench.
They're looking at his right knee. And, you know, a lot of people have talked about it with Brandon Jacobs. He's just so big, so tall. He is truly 6'5", that it's just hard for him to get low and protect, especially his lower body.
A lot of shifting around here for the Giants. On 3rd and 1. Bradshaw in traffic, and he is going to be stopped short. In fact, they don't give him a very generous spot either.
It's a true 1 yard.
Going to bring out the punt team.
Good call by Tom Coughlin. I would not go for this. The shifting, trying to create some angles for your offensive lineman. That's why you do all that moving and shifting. And you can see Bradshaw's knee was down, and that is a good spot by the official.
There you go, right at the 45 of the Chargers. Eagles. He's had a couple of angled kicks trying to keep it away from Sproles. Boy, they came after him too. Sproles steps up and he's hit. Flag's coming out. Tom Coughlin can't believe a mistake like that by Kevin Dockery. Eric Weddle was close to getting back there to Fiegels in time.
Fair catch interference, number 35 of the kicking team. It's a 15-yard penalty. Will be first down. Timeout.
San Diego after the 15-yard penalty against the Giants. The 3rd special teams penalty of the day against New York. Able to get a little room here out to the 30 instead of at the 15. And here's Rivers. Straight drop back. And incomplete. Should have been caught. And Malcolm Floyd knows it. So we've had 2 drops in this half, one by Floyd, one by Gates.
Well, that one was dropped because Malcolm Floyd, top of your screen, he sees the safety coming his way. He was trying to catch it and get to the ground.
Watch how fast he ducked before he caught it. Rivers says, come on, guys, let's go. Johnson, who had the pick on the last series. It's a 2nd and 10 for San Diego. Fakes to Tomlinson. He's going to the left side. And it's Legadou Nane. Nane weaving and coming up about a yard short of the first.
Jim, in the first half, and I've harped on it a couple times, why blitz this Chargers offense? They come with the blitz. Now you drop back in zone coverage. You got Justin Tuck trying to look up Antonio Gates. It's not going to work. Philip Rivers sees a lot of space. And what happens is when you blitz him, he's able to get rid of the football so much quicker because not as many defenders back there.
That set up a touchdown throw on the very next play to Vincent Jackson, the first play of the 2nd quarter. Now it's a 3rd and 1. Going to go up top for it. Rivers caught. Floyd has it this time. And he's tackled at the Giants' 43-yard line.
Boy, how about that? 3rd and 1. That says a lot about the NFL now. Hard to pick up 3rd and 1 situations when you run, and then when you got these type of receivers to the outside, and they're big. Oh, little stutter go, come back. Little fake like he was going to go deep, stops and comes back. That is really tough to cover. Good job by Philip Rivers getting off the first receiver and finding the second one for a big first down.
Finding the guy who he completed his first touchdown pass to. First touchdown pass of his career. A handful of years ago. Floyd now a starter again with Chambers being waived this week. First down for the Giants, 44. They're coming after him. Blitz got picked up and Jackson. Oh, a good defensive play here by Corey Webster.
That's what it was, a good play. Kept his right arm behind the receiver and knocked it down with his left. We said it earlier. Corey Webster, he gets to draw the assignment of always covering the other team's best wide receiver. And we see this almost every week, Jim. You're allowed to put your hand on wide receivers or people trying to catch the football as long as you don't pull them backwards, turn them, or anything like that as they're trying to catch it. That was a good play by Webster.
2nd down and 10. Up the middle they go. Tomlinson. Good for a couple. So 3rd and 8 on the way for Coach Norv Turner and the San Diego Chargers. Look at their breakdown here. Out of 30 plays, 23 of them up top. Tomlinson with 20 yards on the ground. Sproles now flanking the quarterback. Fans are coming. Rivers. Oh, Gates for the second time in this half. What has happened to Antonio Gates?
What a job by the Chargers. First, here comes the blitz to Phillip Rivers left. They stone it. Look at the space and nobody in front, and he puts it right on target. Oh, that's just a blatant looking ahead, trying to do something with the football before it gets to you.
Cypress back out. 3 drops in the quarter by the Chargers, nullifying any chance to do something with it. All right, the Giants, after the Cypress punt, pins them at the 12. But again in the gun. Manning going for the big ball, and it's over the head of Smith. There is a flag on the far sideline.
Illegal contact, number 25, defense, 5-yard penalty. It's still first down.
And I believe that's what Eli was appealing to. The illegal contact called on Ellison.
Yeah, but I like this better. A little move by Steve Smith. Antonio Cromartie, he reaches out and grabbed his arm just enough to keep him from catching that. And it's a slant goal to the outside. Really tough call. Well, Ellison's in position.
And puts him out to the 17, the 5-yard step off and a new set of downs. Bradshaw. And remember, Jacobs was hurt on that last series, so Bradshaw's in the backfield.
Well, so much been, Jim, I just want to make a point. That last throw, Eli Manning right on target with it down the seam. And I guess we can put that foot injury to rest right now because he's been sharp. The football throwing spirals almost every time, coming out of his hand clean. So that tells you that he's not thinking about that foot, not worried about anybody hitting him. And that's why he's been so accurate with the football so far today.
And all week he talked to us on Friday about how the Giants at practice were imploring everyone to let's correct things. Let's be perfect. He's been close to that when you look at his passing numbers, and he's able to get away from the sack. Still being chased, and Manning throws it away out of bounds. We've seen that several times today. That was Ellison chasing again.
Good blitzes by the San Diego Chargers, and they kind of fake it to his left. Here comes Ellison to his right. Eli Manning really, what is it, about 4 times today. He just walked right around a defender who was unblocked, gotten outside, and making the best out of it.
And this is something the Giants did on that one magnificent drive. They converted those 3rd and longs, 4 third-down conversions in all, on that longest drive by the franchise in 16 years. Here it's 3rd and 11. Smith, but no chance to move the chains. That's Weddle with the immediate takedown. Holds him to 4 yards. That'll bring out Fiegels.
Boy, Ron Rivera, you know, every game, as Eli Manning told us and all the players, every game stands by itself. Defenses, offenses, everybody changes, and the San Diego Chargers, what I'm trying to get to, Ron Rivera, dialing up some really good blitzes that are catching the Giants off guard.
Jeff Fiegels played in his first NFL game back in September of '88, 2 months before his teammate Hakeem Nicks was born. Ball bounding out of bounds. Got 6:54 to go in the 3rd, and San Diego scoots it across midfield with Tomlinson. We'll call it 2nd down and 8. Rivers looking left, goes left. It's Jackson reaching out for it. Good grab by Jackson. Again, he had body control and boxed out Corey Webster for the grab in the 1st.
And Corey Webster is all over him, and there's even as he goes up to catch it, has to lean into Corey Webster and still able to come down with it.
Boy, did Norv Turner have some high praise for this receiver in his 5th year out of Northern Colorado.
That's really what it like the perfect storm. He's works hard. He's got talent. He's in the right system that will exploit those talents, and he's playing with a good quarterback.
It's down Kerry Tomlinson. He's looking at cutting outside. Now they'll bring Tomlinson out, empty the backfield. 2nd down and 8. Giants come storming in. It's picked up. It's over to LT. And Tomlinson bounced out near the 30 by Thomas. That goes for 10. And another 1st down.
That's a clever play. They got everybody out of the backfield. They spread the field. Phillip Rivers wants to go down the field, and his outlet receiver, LaDainian Tomlinson, just standing out there.
Tomlinson out, Sproles in. Good play action fake, throws him for a minute. Rivers going for Jackson to the end zone, and there are flags down back near the 20 and one in the end zone as well. Corey Webster again matched up with Jackson.
We got to start counting the yards they're throwing the football down the field, because they throw a few deep passes, don't they?
They really do. Well, you got Jackson, who's able to deliver on the other end so often.
And it's always, most of the time, it's double moves.
There are 2 fouls, both on the defense. Illegal contact number 23 on the defense. That penalty is declined. Pass interference number 23 defense. That penalty occurred in the end zone. It'll be 1st down.
Here goes Antonio Gates. Watch the safety take him. That leaves Jackson at the bottom of the screen, one-on-one, little double move.
Kiwanuka in on him quickly, and now they're set up at the 1. Will LT get his 145th touchdown of his career right here? Would move him into a tie for 3rd all time, and Tomlinson is denied. Stop for no gain. That 29-yard penalty against the Giants equals the longest gain, if you will, today for San Diego. And here's the call on Webster.
Norv Turner once, what did he tell us yesterday? 1 year when he was with the Washington Redskins, they had 19 pass interferences for over 30 yards. Just one of the many reasons why you need to throw the football down the field in this league.
Again, everyone in tight. Fake to LT. Man open. Touchdown, Chris Wilson. Phillip Rivers with his 2nd touchdown throw of the day. A wide open Chris Wilson, their 3rd tight end. His 1st catch of the season, and it goes for 6.
Hard to cover these down when you're that close to the goal line. You're trying to protect against the jump over the top for the touchdown. You got to sell out to stop the run. If you call the pass, they're usually open.
Baiting good on the extra point. First touchdown catch as a member of the San Diego Chargers for Chris Wilson. Phillip Rivers, 10 touchdown passes, last 5 games, got 13 on the season. And they lead it on the road here, looking for a 3rd straight victory, trying to hand the Giants a 4th consecutive loss. Tixon from the 4. And tangled up out at the 22.
You're making me speechless. You like that.
It's hard to do. His man throwing. Cromartie almost reached around to deny.
He can't run, he can't throw, and he can't catch. Oh,
you did catch 2 passes in your career.
Yes, I think I dodged a bunch of people and probably had some 80-yard runs to go with it.
2nd down and 1. And Jacobs is back in. That's good for the Giants. And he's got the 1st down. He was hobbling earlier in this quarter. Well, this being your last game, you feeling a little nostalgic here today, pardon?
I'm afraid to talk because I figure something else is coming up. You and the crew in the truck.
Oh, hold on a minute here. Shawn Phillips. He is calling out for some help. We got an injury timeout. We'll be right back. We're back here, Jim Nantz with Phil Simms and Phillips. He did walk to the sideline, now getting treatment. Here's what happened.
It's hard to see him. Sean O'Hara has got him, pulls him back. Watch Phillips come around and go, get that arm off of me.
He's a Jersey boy, is Phillips. He's come home. He's from Willingboro, New Jersey, down south of here, where he holds an annual free football camp with the Giants' Kareem McKenzie from down at Carl Lewis's high school. First down for the Giants, trailing by 7. With 2 seconds to go on the play clock. Busting in after Eli. He's in trouble. He's able to throw it away. And he's knocked down after the release by Larry English. And Sean Merriman was in there too, wreaking havoc.
Larry English, a lot like Sean Merriman, just big and powerful. And this time, good job of keeping Eli Manning in there where he can't get to the outside. And also, the new rules, outside the pocket, if you can throw it past the line of scrimmage, no penalty.
Only 4 incompletions for Manning today, despite having a lot of pressure on him. He's been sacked 3 times. He's been chased many others. Short throw. And taken off. That's Nix. Escaped Kevin Ellison and took it for 29 yards.
Chargers see it. They attack the football on this quick screen to the outside, but Hakeem Nicks does an excellent job of making the first guy miss. And look at the lineman downfield. Rich Seibert down the field making a block. Kevin Boss gets the kick out.
That's the first play the Charger defense has given up that went for at least 25 yards in 145 snaps. 29 yards was the total distance traveled. They fake to Danny Ware. They go back to Nix. No rest for him. He's able to take the end around for about 9. LT sitting on the bench at the moment. 10 carries, 17 yards for Tomlinson today. He tore up the Giants for 192 when they last met 4 years ago out west. Scored 3 touchdowns and threw another. 2nd and 1. And that's Ware, the 13 tailback, picks up the first down. Last minute of the 3rd quarter, Ware picks up 6. You know, Tom Coughlin was talking about, they're showing a little energy here thanks to a couple of plays by Hakeem Nicks, but Coughlin telling us on Friday that we looked slow when he looked at the tape last week. We looked slow against Philadelphia.
Yeah, and he told his players that. And in fact, he brought Eli Manning into his office and wanted to go over some of the mistakes he had made in the previous games. And Eli Manning basically reassured him, don't worry, coach. We've been in slumps before. We'll get our way out of it.
Putting together a drive, and they go back with Ware. And churning the legs for another 4. Look at Phillips is back on the field. And that'll probably close down this 3rd quarter with the Giants now in the red zone. He was not up here in New York for the draft. He was down in Raleigh. No one ever called. And then about 30-40 minutes later, the trade was executed. And Eli went to New York, and Rivers sent west to San Diego. We start the 4th quarter with the Giants driving. And 2nd down and 7 from the 17. What a play out in the open there by Weddle. Quick hit on Manningham.
Charger defense is really playing hard. They're playing fast, and a good job again diagnosing it and coming up and making that hit. And Norv Turner, we talked about it, Jim. The Giants said this is a playoff game. They love that. He thought it built his team up and got them ready. And he told them what an honor it was to come to Giant Stadium here and play where so many great games have happened in the past. And his team is taking that challenge.
The 3rd down and 9. That was a loss of 2 thanks to Weddle. And Manning completes it. And the ball's out. Quentin Jammer has the football Are they going to rule him down or the ball out? Recovery, San Diego. Smith fumbled it, and the Giants are applauding. I believe they're going to rule him down on the field.
I saw the official looking for the beanbag, which would say he thought it was a fumble.
Question 2, was it a first down? Where will they put the spot?
Tag short of the 10-yard line.
Giants run to the line, but you got to be careful here because it is 4th down. Norv's already now thrown out the challenge flag. Giants hurried to the line to get that play in the books, but what were they going to do? It was going to be 4th down and a foot.
Going to run the quarterback sneak. I think his knee is down when I just looked at it real quick. We've seen this play before by the Giants.
San Diego is challenging the ruling on the field that the runner was down by contact.
There's that view, blocked by Jammer. There's a lot to sort out. Some issues here on this challenge. Was it ever a catch? And was it properly spotted at the 10 if it was in fact down by contact? Or was it a fumble recovered by San Diego? I'm not sure he ever had it cleanly.
It was ruled a catch and down on the field. And, you know, we go over plays like this. The one thing I do know, the football is about a good ½ yard to 3/4 of a yard short of that 10-yard line. So there's a lot. They can rule an incomplete pass. They can remark the football. It could be a fumble recovered by the San Diego Chargers.
Well, that ball was shifting around a lot in the arms of Steve Smith. They're taking notes over here. They've come out from under the curtain.
Well, when they start taking notes, that means that we got some clock issues.
Bobbling it a bit here as Ellison reached around and Jammer came in on the hit.
And you're allowed to, when you do replays, to piece it together so we can watch it from behind and then assume as we watch it in front. We've tried that. It's, to me, it's not conclusive. The one thing that is conclusive, Jim, is spotting of the football.
Yep. The ball is still being juggled here. Still juggling. The ball's starting to come out now. You're right, though. He's definitely not. The nose of the football shouldn't be at the 10.
Never has firm control of the football. It is an incomplete pass. It'll be 4th down on the 19.5-yard line. Please put 14 on the game clock. San Diego will not be charged with a timeout.
Well, you had it right, Jim. You said, I don't think he has it. And the more you keep looking at it, finally you go, well, good challenge by Norv Turner.
Well, it paid off for him, didn't it?
Yeah, there was so many variables there that he could win with.
All right, let's see what the Giants can do with this field goal try. We know the miscommunication, mishap. Just, I don't know who to blame it on other than the kicker. In that first quarter drive that resulted in the Giants not scoring after having the football for 7 minutes and 20 some odd seconds. This will be a 37-yard field goal. Remember, he was a little shaken up too and walking it off a bit. And that first one went awry. That first field goal mishap. Now from 38 we'll call it. He stepped back a bit. Tynes, good looking boot this time. Lawrence Tynes knocks it through. The Giants trying to go into their bye week ending the recent Blues. They've lost 3 in a row. Meanwhile, San Diego has not beaten a winning team this year. They're at 4-3. Their 3 losses, by the way, were to teams with winning records. That ball angled, and it's going to be a touchback. Keeping it away from Sproles. Time of possession. Would you look at that? Never imagine when it's 2-1 that you're trailing.
Giants running the football, throwing no incompletions hardly, so the clock keeps moving. San Diego doing it with big plays.
Rivers is knocked down all the way back at the 11. Fred Robbins.
Fred Robbins, 68, going against the number 98, going against the rookie Vasquez and just overpowers him and goes right up the middle.
Well, this is the kind of thing you expect the Giants to look like.
Look at that. And Justin Tuck pushing the pocket back too.
A sack-happy team that hasn't been present here in the last 3 weeks. Going screen here, and another big play. This time it's Justin Tuck. It was Tuck who was telling us that the Giants defense all week looked at old tapes, including even watching the Super Bowl again from a couple of seasons ago, to get back the vibe.
Well, because then when they had that good stretch run, Jim, their defense, it was about their front four. And it was about getting, oh, look at that. All week long, when they made a mistake or gave up a big play, they did push-ups. It gave them energy. They had a lot of fun with it. Justin Tuck having fun with it there.
That one lost 9. And the Chargers just resigned themselves to a run. Sproles hit quickly by Kiwanuka. Boy, what a disaster that series was for San Diego.
Darren Sproles, you're the runner. Where are you going to go? Nowhere. That was 3 overpowering plays by the Giant defense.
Cyphus. This one not all that high, can be returned. It's Hickson. Hickson weaving and somersaults inside the 40. Sim Osgood slow to get up. You know, teams trying to find their personality, Phil. Talked about the Giants trying to rekindle the things they were doing like in their Super Bowl winning year. Then you look at San Diego. They're trying to define themselves as you see Tucker of the Chargers getting helped off. But the Chargers, you know, they used to run the football 3 years ago when LT was ripping up the league. Now they're 31st in the league rushing the football, have 17 yards on the ground today.
Well, they're going against the defense that at times, Jim, I know they've given up some big runs this year. Just like last week, they gave up 2 huge runs, and then the other 21 runs, they stopped Philadelphia very well.
So from the 39.
Worried about the blitz, which you should be.
Good grab by Manningham. 2nd down and 5 for New York. Hits him in stride. Manningham shakes free and then loses his footing at the 20. That's a 14-yard play as the Giants are trying to drive to take the lead.
With Manningham on the field for the New York Giants, what it really gives them at this position is speed. So Antonio Cromartie, you have to honor that. You can't come up and be too aggressive, because if he gets by you, you don't catch up. You put Mario Manningham on one side, Steve Smith on the other. That's a pretty tough combination of wide receivers.
On 1st down from the Chargers 20, and it's a snap to Jacobs, running right side and rumbling for about 7.
Defenses, when you see the running back get really close to the quarterback, look how close Brandon Jacobs was. Be alert for this play. But the Giants went on a quick snap count too. Chargers they weren't digging in, and Jacobs just rumbles.
They mark him back closer to the 15. We'll call it 2nd and 4. Jacobs 9 carries, 57 yards. Replaced in the lineup by Bradshaw. Gonna go with Bradshaw. Gets past the hit, has the 1st down. Goal to go coming up for New York. Able to wiggle free from Paul Oliver and gain 6.
Safety play is becoming such a big part of the NFL. And that time, Oliver, look at it. They open up the hole. He comes in there. He can't make the tackle. Sean Merriman coming from the other side gets a hit. But when safeties get those opportunities, they got to make the tackles.
Ball at the 8. A touchdown for the lead. Little hesitation to give to Bradshaw. And that's plugged up in a hurry by Eric Whittle. Whittle with the tackle, no gain. The second and goal. Again, back into the shotgun for Eli. Almost drew him off. Yes, there are flags. Maybe a free play for Manning. Back of the end zone. And the ball is caught. Caught by Kevin Boss for the touchdown.
Offside, number 74, defense. Penalty is declined. Touchdown.
Giants have their first lead of the day. 8 yards to Kevin Boss. Got away from Sean Phillips, who's been banged up a little bit in the second half. In fact, so too was Kevin Boss in that first half. Took a vicious hit. Wasn't sure if he would return, but he comes back. And his first catch since getting knocked down. Wasn't sure we'd be seeing much out of Kevin Boss after that lick the Chargers put on him in that first half. Short kick. Give the Chargers a good starting point. That's Chris Wilson, the touchdown maker from third quarter action.
Well, Jim, let's look at the touchdown. The Giants, they have their wide receivers both going inside. And then Eli Manning does a good job of seeing that he has his tight end Kevin Boss. Nobody's open going inside. His third look. Kevin Boss in the corner of the end zone against Phillips. Wide open. Good throw. Good recognition by Eli Manning and what to do with the football.
Boss red-faced and the big blue side is on top. At 17-14. Here's Rivers. Now he's being run after. And he's going to pick up the first down on an awkward slide. But he's fine. He's got the first down near midfield. That's 14 yards on the scramble by Rivers this season long.
Well, the initial pass protection very good, and a good decision by Phillip Rivers to take off.
I think he got a little caught though in the decision. Am I going to slide? What do I do? Just fall down? Well, that's caught in between the two.
Yeah, he got caught before he got to the ground, but it's not San Diego. It's not grass, so not so easy to slide on it.
From the Giants side of the field, it's Tomlinson keeping his balance long enough. The 2nd and 5. And it's Tomlinson again. Quick stick on him by Michael Johnson for no gain.
Michael Johnson. You've seen his name, and you've said it a few times, and he's been up around the line of scrimmage. Having an excellent game.
Crowd, Diassi urging him on. They all leap to their feet as this Giants defense tries to make a play on 3rd down. It's an end around to Vincent Jackson, and the Giants are waiting for him. Justin Tuck was not fooled. Sets him back 4 yards. And the Chargers will punt.
The Chargers running reverses is part of their offense, but the Giants do not over pursue. Even if he gets by Justin Tuck, it doesn't matter. He's still not going to be able to pick up that first down.
Michael Boley is down on the field. Remember, he's missed some games because of a meniscus injury on a knee.
And they're looking at his knee. And Michael Boley gives that linebacking core of the Giants speed. He's a 3-down linebacker. He can play the run on 1st and 2nd down, and then he does not come out when the other team goes in their passing formations.
Well, he gets up and jogs off. Cypress has had another good day. No surprise. 3 of his 4 punts have been inside the 20. This one bounces at the 3. And that was Osgood realizing he may have been out of bounds and stepping aside so that Spillman could down it. Very heads-up play. Seems like Osgood's good for some smart effort, and this time he just was smart by not getting involved. Once a game, it seems that way.
He did reestablish himself, though, in the field of play.
Just in case, though, he allowed C.J. Spillman.
Holding number 35 of the kicking team. That's a 10-yard penalty.
Well, it doesn't matter.
We'll replay 4th down.
How big is that call? Think about the Giants would have been pinned at the 2.
.35. Here he is on this side. Tolbert starts to fall, so he just brings the defender down with him. Now you have to be careful kicking it to Hickson. You kick it too far and outkick your coverage.
Cyphers trying to go to the other side. It's not going to travel inside the 20. The New York Giants break huddle and come to the line at the 23. They've scored 10 unanswered in this game. Jim Nantz, Phil Simms with 6 minutes and change to go. Go on the ground, Bradshaw. And he flies out to the 28. Shaken up. It'll be 2nd and 5. Giants. Bradshaw's left open. It's a move on Cooper. And then is taken down with aggression by Seiler. But it's 9 yards and a first.
Good job by the Giants spreading them out. San Diego with Quentin Jammer out, it really puts them in a tough spot trying to cover everybody. And look at that pass protection. And Eli Manning knows 17-14. He can be ultra conservative with his decisions and where to throw the football.
As we move inside of 5 minutes. Bradshaw.
McKenzie and Deal have both done a very good job in protecting Eli Manning.
On the sidelines for this play, he wears number 56 because of Lawrence Taylor. His favorite throwing up. And 2nd down and 6. Manning. Oh, and it's dropped. Jacobs. Not going to be a whole lot of running room, but was going to be worth another 30 seconds. Had he caught it.
Well, what a move by English to get around and get pressure on Eli Manning, and then really a good job by Manning getting rid of the football. That's a step up. Oh, quick move back.
It's Larry English, their 1st-round pick out of Northern Illinois. He's had a very active day. He's been so close to getting to Manning a couple of times. He'll go after him again here on 3rd and 6. They need the football back. Manning gets the time for a while, and then they come after him. And in fact, it's Sean Merriman. Merriman earlier in this season, people were saying, man, is he 100% back from that knee? But he was battling a groin injury in that first month.
Well, that time he came inside, and that was against Seibert. And a little different move, give him a chance. Oh, that was pretty awesome. He just overpowered Rich Seibert, and Norv Turner said, Merriman's one of those guys that's got to grind on it. Gets better as the game goes on.
Eagles. Good looking punt. Near the sideline and goes out again. Effectively keeping it away from Darren Sproles. Not giving him any chance. 46 yards by Fiegel. First win for Raheem Morris. First down for the Chargers. Middle of the field. And a pick. Intercepted by the Giants. Thomas down at the 4. "32-yard return.
Thomas against Malcolm Floyd, and the route is going up the field, and Terrell Thomas took the proper angle and just came right underneath. He knew he had help over the top. And by going underneath the receiver like this, you see Philip Rivers not able really to step up and really put something on that football. It would not have mattered. He was well covered. Thomas is going to get that interception no matter how Philip Rivers threw it.
First and goal for the Giants. Rivers picked twice today after throwing only one in his previous 5 games. Jacobs bounces off his own lineman, looking for the edge. There is a flag. That was Travis Johnson who kept him out of the end zone.
Offense, 10-yard penalty, still first down.
Chris Snee on the hold, and that was Snee who Jacobs bounced off of to cut outside.
Jim, let's go back and look at the interception. Right at your screen, watch Terrell Thomas come underneath Malcolm Floyd. And what happens is, you talk about pressure on the quarterback. Philip Rivers didn't have the room, but he also didn't have the time to come off the receiver and find his second guy. And since he stayed with the first one, that resulted in the interception. Pass pressure.
Look how big this is now. Back to the 14. First and goal from here. With 3 minutes. Manning. And that's Nix. Chargers close in, hold them to no gain. San Diego with a timeout, their first of the second half.
It's a good timeout by Norv Turner. Has 3 of them. Now you're the New York Giants. Do you run the football to make them use their next 2 timeouts and give them very little time, or no timeouts, to go on a drive that most likely they need a touchdown to win the game?
Second and goal. They're going to run it. And it's Jacobs. Seiler holding on. Caesar coming over to help out. And they'll have 3rd and goal at the 9. And they do take the timeout, Phil.
Well, that's why it's so important knowing when to use them. And by Norv Turner calling that first one, what he's trying to do is to force the Giants to take the option, the run-pass option, away from them and make them play the strategy of the clock and timeouts.
And San Diego keep it a 1-possession game. Again, the Giants had it 1st and goal at the 4. Then the holding call changed everything.
It did, but go back to the situation I'm talking about. I have no doubt the Giants will throw the football, though, here, because there's 2:55, 1 timeout left by San Diego. You try to win the game.
Where are they going to run it? Jacobs bursting ahead. And the Chargers close in on them at the 4. Well,
yeah, I was wrong. But they can take it close to 2 minutes.
They cannot run it all the way down to the 2-minute warning.
Nope.
The play clock at 25 right now. Field goal attempt from the left hash mark. Times. True. 20-14 with 2:07.
Well, they played the percentages. Tom Coughlin is saying you cannot drive this football down the field against our pass rush with only 2 minutes to score a touchdown.
Just remember, for the Giants, who find themselves behind the Eagles and Cowboys, who are going to meet tonight just down the way in Philadelphia. Such a big game for the Giants side going into their bye week, trying to end this losing streak of 3. Meanwhile, out west, Chargers behind the Broncos, who will be hosting Pittsburgh tomorrow night. We're San Diego. We're so used to them getting off to this slow start. Last year they were 4-8, so they won their last 4 to win that division. Norv in his 2 years there, winning that division each year, going to the AFC title game the first year, and then going to the divisional round last year, knocking out in the wild card round Peyton Manning and the Colts.
Well, you know, all the injuries that Norv Turner's had on both sides of the ball, what they've done, Jim, they've kind of gotten over it, and they've reestablished themselves of what they're going to be, I think, for the rest of the year.
Think about that win over the Colts back on the first week of January. The ball goes right over Sproles' head. The Colts had won 9 straight games going into that wild card game, lose to the Chargers on a first possession overtime win for San Diego, and now have won 8 straight at the start of this year. So Indy's won 17 of 18 with that loss being in the playoffs to this Chargers bunch. Phillip Rivers, can he direct a game-winning drive on the road? They get a snap before the 2-minute warning. Gates plows ahead to the 29. 29-yard line, San Diego, 2nd and 1. Rivers. Diving grab, good for a first. Nane for 5. Remember, San Diego with 1 timeout. Ball was deflected at the line, and a flag is thrown. If that was in fact deflected, then I would think that would negate any interference call on this flag.
That's right.
Looked like Robbins may have gotten a fingertip on it.
The Giants deflected quite a few passes last week against the Eagles.
Holding number 52 of the defense. That's a 5-yard penalty. It's still a first down.
So there wasn't interference on Boley, who was looking like he might not be able to return. He's back out there and called for that one.
Well, that's a whole different problem for the defense. Holding, it doesn't matter.
There's the hold.
Yep, that's a good call.
Giants over 100 yards in the game on penalties. 9 for 104. From the 39. And down the sideline, and a battle for it. Incomplete. Floyd and Bruce Johnson. Floyd has a big height advantage over Johnson. But Johnson twice today has reached in and knocked it away.
He has. Phillip Rivers picks the right guy to throw to. It's close, but good timing. Boy, nice job. I didn't even notice until that replay. Johnson turns around, looked for the football, and actually got his hands on it. That ball could have been thrown about 5 yards farther down the field.
On a 2nd down, Rivers in stride has another first. That's Floyd. And again with Johnson defending.
You know, I just liked when the Giants push the pocket, Jim. When they blitz, they're giving them that opportunity. They're putting pressure on the DBs to make that tackle. Otherwise, it's a big game.
Preserve the timeout. Rivers over the head of Gates. Aaron Rouse almost had a play on the pick.
Mike Foley against Antonio Gates. Phillip Rivers just throws it too hard.
Gates fighting for it and gets the first down inside the 40. And still holding on to that timeout at 50 seconds. Oh, there's a Giant down about 20 yards behind. Finally, the officials see it. It's Justin Tuck, who's had some shoulder issues. He'll charge the Giants a timeout on the injury.
Last play, Antonio Gates. Little blitz by the Giants. You see he catches it, knows where the first down marker is, and gets it.
Thank you.
Really good job by Antonio Gates. And Justin Tuck not sure what happened to him as he was running off the field.
Well, you think about how crucial these 50 seconds will be. We're only at the midway point of the season, but you know things get so interesting this time of year. Now you start to get the chatter going about playoffs and our teams for real. And San Diego could find itself with a huge win traveling east. Could be 5-3 if they pull off this game-winning drive. And on the Giants side, if they were to lose here, it's devastating for them. There's been a lot of talk in New York this week that this game, you know, just reading it all week, it's like a playoff game for this team, and they'll talk about it openly.
Well, we talked about that right at the start of the game, that Tom Coughlin said it, that it was. And it's had that atmosphere, that's for sure.
50 seconds, and again, Carol, Chargers with one timeout. Can they do something here? Open, Sproles in the middle of the field down to the 18-yard line.
Oh, that was a terrific play call. The Giants, everybody man-to-man, and that is almost impossible to cover Darren Sproles when he comes out of the backfield.
That's a 21-yard explosion there for Sproles. 28 seconds. Rivers heaves it to the end zone. Open, Jackson! Touchdown, San Diego! Right down the field. 80 yards. Ending with an 18-yard touchdown pass. Rivers jogs all the way back down to his own 20.
Oh, shoot, it took everything Philip Rivers had not to run to the Giant bench. That's what he was thinking about it. But what a throw, anticipating. Norv Turner did not call the timeout. He did not let the Giants regroup on defense and come up with a different plan.
Kading, who's made 243 straight, make it 244 and the lead.
Boy, Tom Coughlin says, coming into the game, our stars have to make plays to win it. And how about Vincent Jackson? Got some space, takes it up the field. Nice move. The ball's in the air. There's nothing Corey Webster can do.
His second touchdown catch of the game. They go 80 yards in a minute and 46 seconds and never even used that one timeout. Norv, who has quite a history here from his days in the NFC East as a Redskins head coach and a Dallas Cowboy offensive coordinator. He relished the chance to come back to this stadium one more time.
Well, that's what he was doing all week long, telling his players, giving them a history lesson, that how lucky you are to come here. This is about the NFL, all the big games that he has seen here in this stadium.
No field goals, guys, he's telling Merriman. I'll tell you another one Norv Turner was here for was the Flipper Anderson game when he was on the Rams staff. He said it's one of his favorite memories in the NFL business for him. That may have just been usurped with that drive and that finishing play into the 80-yard drive. Ins Hickson. Can he give him some room? Hickson slides off the first hit and brought down at the 29 with 15 seconds. Giants have 2 timeouts.
2 timeouts. If it goes well, they have maybe 3 plays. That's if one of them can be caught and get out of bounds.
Can they give Lawrence Tynes any chance at all? Tynes, who once beat the Chargers from outside of 50 yards when he was a member of the Kansas City Chiefs back in '06. But Manning first must come up with a couple of big pass plays, or at least one. Here he is down the field, and it's defended. Knocked down. Gregory knocks it down. Steve Smith was the target, and now with 10 seconds.
You know, if you're a Charger defender, why would you even look at a receiver in front of you that's short? So that is a good job. 2 people converging to the football once it's thrown.
2nd and 10. Bradshaw never gets it. Well, you go back and I tell you, when the second guessers come out,
Yes.
they're going to be saying 1st and goal at the 4. They failed to score a touchdown on that last drive, starting from the 4. Had the hold call, ran it on 3rd down. Rivers saying, come on, one more.
Well, Jim, they'll be second guessed for the strategy after they got the Phillip Rivers interception. To me, hard to really second guess that whole situation. You play some odds. The game situation, your defense is playing well.
Merriman chasing after Manning, and it's going to end right there. Sean Merriman, who was a part of that trade between the Giants and Chargers, Eli and Rivers, he came in with the draft pick. So did Nate Cady. That closes it out. San Diego with a huge win, a 3rd straight victory for the Chargers, who are now 5-3, and the Giants with a 4-game losing streak. A month worth of despair and with a week extra to think about it. Rivers takes him down the field, 80 yards.